Hello, I'm Carl Stabe, and today I have Justin Banner. He's the founder of Noggin. I am so excited because we just did the full interview. Thank you for being here, and what's your 5 minute system?
Hey, thanks, Carl. So I put in place something to celebrate employees in a systematic way across the company that don't ordinarily get celebrated. And it caught on like wildfire. It got adopted like crazy. Everybody loved it and looked forward to it. And so that's what I'd like to talk about is this way that we created employee celebrations.
So, can you walk us through the system that you created?
Yeah, basically what I recognized was that we were high-fiving every time a sales guy brought a contract across the table, but there was a lot of people that were working equally as hard on just as hard of things that didn't feel like they might be contributing or their contribution wasn't as valuable. And so we had everybody on the leadership team get with their teams and say, how do we measure success in our department? What do we do? And it was super cross-functional. We had onboarding people, we had customer experience people, we had QA, we had web dev, we have coders, right? All the things. And they had to think about that because they're on just a conveyor belt that never ends, right? Just it just gets fed
Mm.
every day, and no matter how fast they churn, there it gets filled up with more projects. There isn't a start and a finish. And so we had each leader on our team, we probably had six or eight, go back to their teams and say, how are we measuring success? What does it look like? When do we win? And they came back and brought it to the leadership committee, and we all agreed on what those looked like, what those were. Some of them would kick back and said that's not really cool, that doesn't align with priorities, whatever. But we eventually came up with a way to measure each department and when they succeed. And then we put the onus on the department head to create a system to measure that and to report back. Every week in our Monday leadership meetings, they would report back where their team's at. And so we knew that week if somebody was getting close to a milestone that they wanted to celebrate. And then we would say, oh, celebration time. We would literally stop during the middle of the day, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and everyone wants to go home. And we'd say, hey, we're doing a celebration, meet in the lunchroom. We're doing a celebration, we're going to Top Golf. We're doing a celebration, lunch is coming in. We're doing a celebration, go to the parking lot. And everyone's like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? And we'd
Mm.
play minute to win it games. We would have food. We would go, whatever. It didn't matter. But at the beginning of it, we say, we just want to recognize this department because they accomplished A, B, and C. We'd high five. We'd give, shout outs. They would recognize somebody specific on the team that contributed to that. And so it just became part of the culture, these celebrations. So one time somebody brought dart guns to the company. We had 30 dart guns and we're all running around the office shooting each other. It didn't matter. We're just doing something fun to break up the day, to celebrate, bring the energy up, and to give these departments that aren't always recognized a way to win, a way to cross a finish line in the day-to-day or their ordinary day-to-day.
I love that. And I think it's so important to celebrate because you're reinforcing the good things that you've done, the good behaviors, the good outcomes. And if you have a system around that, it makes it so much easier to really enjoy the things that are going well and feel like you're a part of something greater than yourself. And I can really see how that would uh, boost the culture. It would boost the energy, and doing that consistently is so important. And I think I love that you've created a system around that because not enough companies do that.
Yeah, it was a way to make everyone feel like they were winning, right? And not just grinding. Because there is a fine line. We grind a lot at work, a lot of repetition, a lot of the same things, but it is moving the needle towards success. And without that person, we would not succeed. So you have to create sometimes really creative ways to measure things or really creative ways to see how they contribute to the whole. But those things are just as important to celebrate as a new sales contract coming across.
Yes, yes, I love it. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Carl. Appreciate you.